delicious mummy pumpkin cookies.
Let's see what's cooking. It's time for Yo-Yo Max 12.
Hello everyone. For the filling you'll need some pure pumpkin in a can, not pumpkin pie filling, just pure pumpkin. Take 1 cup of that, put it in a bowl with some paper towels in it, and start to press some of the water out of the pumpkin. Now what you want is to go from 1 cup to 3/4 of a cup of pumpkin by just removing some of the water. So I used a few sheets of paper towels. You can see they were quite wet with the liquid, and I actually ended up with less than 3/4 of a cup, just a little bit less. So that works very well to reduce the amount of water in this. So you'll put that in a small bowl, add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of white sugar, a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, half a teaspoon of ground ginger, 1/4 teaspoon of a nutmeg, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of allspice. We're going to add 2 ounces of cream cheese that's at room temperature and an egg yolk. So blend that together by hand or with an electric mixer until it's as smooth as you can get it. You just want to make sure that there's not too many big pieces of cream cheese that you can see. Now you'll need some pastry for pies. Now I just went out and bought pie crusts, pre-made pie crusts. They come 2 in a package. I ended up using 3 of those. For the actual bases of the mummies, you need to have little rectangles. So I turned this circle into a big square, and then I made 4 mummies by cutting little rectangles that were 4 inches by 3 inches. And then the extra pieces you're going to use for bandages. Then take about 2 tablespoons of the pumpkin pie filling, and you're going to place this on top of the little rectangles. Just don't go too close to the edges because we need the edges for sealing. So that is an egg white in that little bowl, and I'm just taking a pastry brush and going to brush a little of the egg white along the edges. And then the remaining dough that you have, you can cut up into little 1/2-inch strips using a knife or a pastry cutter. And then you're just going to arrange them over top of that filling to make it look like a mummy that's been wrapped up. And you can have fun with this. You can go in all sorts of directions. You can make each one just a little bit different. Just make sure you leave a little gap at one end, where a space where you can put the eyes. Then I trimmed off the edges with my pastry cutter, and then take more of that egg white and brush it all over the bandages using a pastry brush. And then we're going to sprinkle on some cinnamon sugar, which is just 2 tablespoons of white sugar mixed with a teaspoon of cinnamon. Sprinkle it on. This will give it a nice sweet flavor, and it'll also make the bandages look like they're old. And then you're going to put this in the oven at 350 degrees for about 20 minutes until they're nicely golden brown. When they come out of the oven, let them cool a little bit, and then just add those little candy eyes by just pressing them gently into the filling, and they are done. This recipe makes between 8 and 10 mummies, depending on the size that you make them. You can make them the 4x3 or a little bit smaller if you'd like. How do the mummies taste? Well, not surprisingly, they taste exactly like pumpkin pie. That filling is delicious with the cream cheese in it and all those spices. And with the addition of the cinnamon sugar on the pastry on the top, makes them delicious. Just like little pumpkin pies that you can pick up with your hands, but a lot more fun. Now, another fun mummy-themed treat that I have on my channel are these bread mummies that have a pizza filling. Click on your screen or look for the link in the description box. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.